What is up, YouTube fam, Naventic fam, and all the old school the Bob Ross fan club fam? What is up, everyone? It's your boy Kenma here. I am making a vlog. Just wanted to talk about the games in particular, DSL. Just talk about those and how they went down and how we performed, how I thought we performed anyway. So let's start with the first set that we played, which was against King of Blades. So honestly, we didn't have too much, like I didn't have too much research going into this against them. I looked up their past few games and their past few tournaments, realized that like after watching them scrim for a few days, I realized that I think like Tomster's definitely, T God. He's their key player that they work off of, kind of like how like Cognitive uses Glaurung, kind of like a similar like way they like use that one main player and all support him, kind of. So what our plan was to do was just to take just we were just gonna ban Thrall every game, because we figured if he didn't have like Thrall to initiate with Sunder or lane dominate, it would be a lot just easier. The games would be a lot easier. And then we were planning to take away his gray main, as if it was a possibility, we were going to take away the gray main too and take him off his two most comfort picks. And that's just what I've from the research that I did. Those were the two comfort picks that we felt like if we just took those two away, we weren't really going to lose. So they took us to Booty Bay on the first game, and they banned Rhaegar. No surprise there. We took. I don't really remember who was. Okay, we must have been first pick if they banned Rhaegar. I mean, that makes sense. Well, either way, like as you see, we banned Thrall early, and then they took Greymane later on, and I think we traded like Leeming for Greymane, so it was like whatever. I don't remember the game. I think we stomped them pretty hard, but they were close in XP because like Brightwing was soaking the whole time, but it wasn't very close at all if I remember correctly. And then game two went to Dragonshire. Like I said, ban Thrall was the game plan. Traded Leeming for Rhaegar, and then we stole their Greymane. And if I remember correctly, that game wasn't very close either. But they're an up and coming team. They keep improving. I'd watch out for them. I think they're gonna, they're gonna be they're doing well. So like as long as the team has that momentum, they're always gonna be doing good. And a bunch of cool dudes. Glad to meet them. All right, let's go to the next game. Our boys Tempo Storm. So the first game we played was D-Shire. And we just wanted... The game plan going into this game was pretty much just ban Zeratul against Tempo, because we felt like those were the only... In scrims, anyway, the only games we really had trouble with was like Zeratul stopping what we were trying to do with Void Prison. And they would never allow us to take... Like, we don't have an opportunity to take Zeratul unless it's first pick, pretty much. So we just decided to ban Zeratul. And our team in general doesn't like first picking Zeratul. So we banned Zeratul this game. And somehow... Okay, looking at the draft, they must have first picked Zag and gave us Rhaegar and Leeming. And honestly, in this meta, if you ever get Rhaegar and Leeming on the same team... at least at the tournament, because Rhaegar got nerfed now, so he's not in the same spot. But this Rhaegar with this Li Ming, you shouldn't lose the game. I don't remember exactly how that game went, but I know we won pretty easily. Like I don't remember everything. I think we fought with the they had their global comp that they like to run sometimes, and we fought a few times and got global, and then we're just like, hey, let's stop being dumbasses and actually just kill the people. If you kill the global, they can't port to another lane. And we're like, oh yeah, I remember that from forever ago when Brightwing was popular. And then we fixed that game up, and it was pretty clean. So game two, like I will blame this game on the draft, because we had it written down to ban Cho'Gall. We literally had it written down, and as soon as they banned my medic. See, I actually, like personally, I actually have no problem playing against that comp that they have if I have Medic, personally. But as soon as they banned Medic, I don't know why we didn't manage it. We just like we phased out. It was just really bad. Like the way we drafted, Jaina and Sonya are completely fucking useless against Cho'Gall Rexar 13 plus. Like completely useless. And then we kind of like tunnel picked on Leoric Monk just to deal with the Cho'Gall, but like Leoric's not a good look when he can just get one shot because Thrall's there. So honestly, we outplayed them all game. We made one mistake, they caught up, and then they outscaled us. So I feel like that was a comp issue because we were outplaying them literally all game. If you watched, I think we got 4 turn-ins before they even got 1 turn-in, and it wasn't enough to win. We just made one mistake, and they came back. So that, I mean, good to them for picking Cho'Gall. You know, it was our fault for not banning it. Then game 3, Battlefield of Eternity. I don't remember exactly. I'm trying to remember what went on. I don't remember exactly what happened on this comp, honestly. But they first picked Rhaegar, and then so we took Zag Li-Ming. Like, I think they really messed this draft up because we banned Zeratul. They banned Greymane first pick, which is kind of strange, and then we banned Zeratul and we banned Zeratul. So right now, Zag is like pretty OP on this fucking map. So Rhaegar, Li-Ming, Zag, like we're gonna get 2 of the 3 because we're second pick, and I felt like if we got any 2 of these 3, I feel like we would win this map. So I feel like they fucked the draft up personally. Then they picked Falstad Thrall, and then just the standard Johanna with Lunara. Because Lunara's... If the game went on and we were behind, it could have been a struggle. Because it's like really hard for Uther to heal this poke damage and the shields and stuff. But we stayed ahead and closed it out before it got to that point. So, I mean, that's the map mechanics. So, yeah, I think this game wasn't very close. I think we finished it out cleanly. So... that was a good game. Like we needed to untilt ourselves in game 2. But yeah, we played pretty clean against them on that series. Then let's go into the COG games here. Okay, so game 1. So for anyone that doesn't know the structure of Naventic when we're drafting, I'm the main drafter. Like when we scrim, when we play, like I'm the main drafter. Like I'm the one I come up with all ideas and I say what I want people to play, and then like we usually will have everyone gives their opinion, and then we'll have like Zuna will give it the final say. So like I'll say, oh, I want to first pick Li-Ming, and then everyone will say what they want, and I'm like, okay, Li-Ming good, and then Zuna will be like, yeah, that's good, and then we pick Li-Ming. Like that's pretty much how our drafting goes. And so for some reason this game, we took, let's see. So we did the Zeratul, Rhaegar and Zeratul were the first bans. Then we took Li-Ming, because obviously you take, in my opinion, Li-Ming's way fucking better than Zag, even on Dragonshire. So we took Li-Ming, and then they took Zag Sonya. That kind of fucked me up a little bit, because like I know, like Glau isn't particularly good on Sonya, but just the fact that they took Zag with Sonya, it kind of messed up what my team wanted to do, and let me tell you why. So, Urho said, I think Greymane was the right option here, because Greymane's amazing on this map in general, and just, you know, killing Zag and Sonya, he's really good at it. So I think that was a good contest right there. And then Urho, Urho 100%, but I think it was Urho and Fan were saying, Ken, just pick Mirrodin here. Like, Mirrodin's good against Sonya. And in my head, I was like, if we pick Mirrodin here, we're not, like, we need to get Thrall here. And I wanted Thrall personally. But for some reason, like, I even had Thrall, like, Thrall was written down in the notebook. And for some reason, I listened to them. And whenever I listen to other people in the draft, it always fucks up. Like, it never goes well. That's why I didn't, like, it's something that I need to improve on personally. I need to just be like, I would rather have that, like, you know, it be on me that we lost and I fucked up the draft than one of my teammates telling me to draft something and then we fuck up the draft because of that. I'd rather it be on me. I'd rather I say, I want Thrall here, and then that fucks up the draft. I'm okay with that, because, like, I'll learn and I'll improve on that next time. I get like in a really bad mood and stuff like when I listen to other people. But anyway, so they did almost exactly like what I thought they were gonna do. So if we had Thrall here, like their second ban probably would have been like I wouldn't doubt it would have been maybe Muradin or something, and then they picked ETC. I don't know. I have no clue how it would have turned out. But anyway, we got forced onto picking Butcher because we didn't like Chen would have been an amazing pick here against this team comp. Like Chen would have been great, I think, but we just as a team we literally did not practice Chen at all, so it was not a pick that we had available at the time. And Chen was the only like counter pick to this that was available besides Thrall earlier. So, if I could have done it myself, I would have took Thrall. And then so after that happened, we pretty much we played. We were out. I think we were like playing well early game, and it just got to a point where I think like someone got impatient and just made the call to just fight them, like 13 versus 13, and three of us got mod into Mosh Pit, and then like I wasted a DS like really early on Fan or something, and then the game was literally over after that team fight. So like if you literally lose one team fight at 13-13, and it's not like they got like a huge advantage after that, but we like got crushed in that team fight, and it was just like okay, we can't do anything. So it is what it is. Like this drafting's huge in this game. So like we fucked the draft. It's a team thing, right? Like even though we went with Muradin, I didn't say no, we're not going Muradin. So like it's on me too. Like that's one thing that I think our team has actually improved on a bunch is that we don't blame individuals. It's more of like if it happens, it's just like it's the team's fault. Just fix it next time. So after game one, it was like okay. We were outplaying them early game. We just got outdrafted. So just fucking fix the draft game 2. That's all I'm saying in my head. Fix the draft game 2, Ken. You can do it. Just fix the fucking draft. So we go into game 2, Battlefield of Eternity, and it's one of our best maps. And I'm 99% sure that we're gonna wreck them on this map. So I'm not afraid at all. So we already had the like mindset that we're just gonna ban Zeratul against Cog and Tempo Storm. Like it was already pre-planned beforehand. And I think honestly like we kind of got baited into that. I think we gave too much respect to no disrespect to Goku and Glaurung because they're both good players, but I think we tunneled way too hard in Zeratul. Like their Zeratuls are very beatable. We should have practiced against it more. Cuz like we were wrecking like iDream Zeratul in scrims against C9, and C9 runs Zeratul way better than Cognitive or Tempo Storm. So it's not something we should have been scared of. I think we just felt like if we tunneled on it, it would just like stop them from running other stuff. But it is what it is. I don't think we're not going to tunnel on the Zeratul pick for the next tournaments. So anyway, let's see how it went. It went. So they banned the Liming because Fan was doing work this tournament on her. So that's not really a surprise. So they got Rhaegar. So like one of my like things going into this tournament was like I do not ever want to play against Rhaegar or Li Ming if I don't have the other one. So like going into this game, that was like one thing I was kind of like oh god, they have Rhaegar, and so we just took Zag Sonya because Sonya will wreck. Like, Sonya's going to wreck any melee assassin they can pick right now, so we straight up pick Sonya. And then, like, if they do, like Tass Illidan or anything crazy like that, we're just going to wreck them so hard before they get to 13 and 16 that it wouldn't matter and we'd snowball. So, like, we're okay with that. So, we pick a comp that is just going to be able to handle, like, any Illidan cheese or what else is there? Like, Thrall. Like, our team comp can handle both of those melee assassins, like, really easily. So we picked that going in. They take Rhaegar, Greymane, Jaina, which are, they're pretty good picks. I think they probably focused on Jaina a little bit too early, but Greymane's a good pick. Doesn't really have super synergy with Rhaegar, but I mean, he's just good in general. Like, he's really fast at killing the Immortal, and he just does ridiculous amounts of damage. So going into the second phase, They banned TAS, which is, I think it's a good ban because TAS enables Sonya. TAS stops the damage mitigation from Greymane, and TAS is just good in general against Jaina. You can't really flank with her when you have TAS, so I think that's a good ban from them. And then after losing to the fucking Cho'Gall against Tempo Storm, we're just like, fuck it, just let them play whatever they want. Just ban Cho'Gall. We don't want to play against that shit again. Even though it's like, honestly, Rhaegar Cho'Gall is not that good in this map, but whatever. We just wanted to get rid of it because we had a loss, and a lot of teams just don't want to bring that bad juju of a loss into another game, So we banned that. We took the Muradin because we just wanted a super tanky front line, right? We didn't. If we took ETC, it kind of would have pigeonholed me into like taking Uther or something, and I didn't want to take. I really don't like taking Uther on this map unless I have to like enable something, because they're like other supports like Rhaegar and Monk, they race really fucking well on Immortal, and winning the like races on Immortal sometimes can be really strong on this map. So I didn't want to take Uther ETC right here, and just giving them Muradin I didn't want to do either. So we took Muradin earlier. Now a lot of people are probably wondering why the fuck we pick Rainier here. It's pretty simple. Caterpillar has a really good ETC, and I just didn't want him to fucking mosh pit us. So I told the team we're taking Rainier here. So we just took Rainier to counter the ETC, and guess what they picked last two picks? Falset and Johanna. So bam, he opts for Johanna, which takes him off ETC, which means that I accomplished my goal with the Rainier pick, right? So like it's doing work by making him not play ETC and putting him on Johanna, which I feel is a very, very unimpactful tank. I don't think Johanna's very good at all. So I'm glad when other teams play Johanna. And then by doing that, I'm like, okay, they got a triple range team. I'm gonna pick Medic and never die and heal everybody. And so there is a way that I can die to this team. I can get shielded by Johanna and then maybe blown up by Jaina and Greymane ult. But to stop that, I just got Scouting Drone and Medevac. And while taking, honestly, my positioning was like on fucking point this game, and I didn't even need Medevac. But it literally, my thought process is, if you need Stim Drone to win the game, take it, sure. But we're going to win this game. If I don't die, we win this game. So why am I not gonna? I'm just gonna take Medevac because like I can fuck up. I'm not perfect, so may as well have Medevac as my like I fucked up button, So I don't think I ever used Medevac the whole fucking game, but it was there in case I fucked up. So that game was like really fucking clean. It was probably boring to watch, but like they kept up in XP, but they lost every Immortal like because of Falstead soak. So it's to be expected with a global. But that game was clean. We won everything. I think we did. I think Fane got caught out once, like early game, but like we played that game really fucking clean. And then going after that game, we're like, okay, we fucking, this is the game for all the marbles. This is game 3. This was the game for Korea, and we're just like, okay, we fucked up the draft game 1. We had a good draft game 2, and we outplayed the shit out of them. It was a clean game. Let's just not fuck up game 3's draft, and we'll win. We're the better team. Just don't fuck up the draft. And so, like I said, not bringing, just like as the Rhaegar Cho'Gall that we didn't want to play against. The team was just like, we don't want to go into the same fucking draft as game 1 where they have Zac Sonya, because like they won with Zac Sonya, and even though I know we knew how we should have countered it, it's just like we just didn't want to play against it. So after that, we just banned Sonya instead of Zeratul, and we just said, fuck it, just give Glauron Zeratul. Like, who cares? Just give him Zeratul, right? And we first picked Li Ming, which already, I feel like we already won the draft because we got Li Ming for Zeratul, Zac. I think that's winning the draft, honestly. And then and another thing, I don't know if Cognitive knows that we run Illidan, because we literally hid Illidan this entire... We hit it the entire tournament. This is the first game that we popped out Illidan. So the team was suggesting that, Ken, why don't we just save Illidan for the second phase? And then I was like, the reason why I picked Illidan that early was because if somehow they knew, I don't know, like someone had a big mouth and scrims, something, if somehow they knew we ran Illidan and they banned Illidan, that fucks up our entire draft. So I was just like, fuck it, let's just take Illidan, It's too risky to try to get him in the second round. So I just took Illidan task there, and I was like, that's fine, let's do that. And then I opt for the Brightwing ban because I just don't want to deal with the global, and obviously Polymorph is good against Illidan. So we just said fuck that, and it kind of sucked because I was banning myself out because I wanted Uther or Brightwing here, but we opted to just not play against the Brightwing because we knew they were going to run Falstead, and we didn't want to play against like that mass global cancer where you just like play against Brightwing Falstead because we know that Cognitive like to run a lot of that stuff. So we banned Brightwing, they banned ETC. I mean that was a pretty good ban for them. They had no Inneros at the time, and so they opted for Uther and Mirrodin, which are very good Illidan counters. Like I was saying, if we took Illidan on these two last picks, they probably wouldn't have picked these in the third, fourth slot. But it was just too fucking risky to chance them not having Illidan. So after that, we decided to go with Tyrael, and I literally did not know what the fuck to play for support this game because it was just like, Rhaegar, Brightwing, Uther. Those are like the three supports that I like to play with Illidan, and they were all gone. You can't play Medic with Illidan. It's like he can't get healed because he just dives too deep. And so my options were literally Malfurion, Lily, or Monk, and I'm just like, Lily's ass against their comp. Malfurion makes no goddamn sense, and he sucks. So I'm just gonna play Monk because he's the only like decent hero still left. So I kind of got stuck on Monk. That's literally what happened. And then looking at our comp, I could have went for Palm, but Palm doesn't really have synergy with Illidan. Honestly, if Illidan goes in and he dies and you Palm him, he's in a really shitty position. Like he can't get out. Like you just need to have. We had Tash shields and we had Tyrael ult to deal with their burst. And honestly, they don't. That team that they have doesn't really have burst. They like have to kill. They have to use Maw and VP to get kills, and they don't have much damage besides like their CC. I honestly thought they were gonna pick like Jaina or something instead of Falstead. But if they picked Jaina, they would have had no global like soak for XP, and they were probably scared of falling behind the XP or something early game. And Illidan can just crush Jaina later on in the game if he doesn't like die when she combos him. So I guess that's why they opted for Falstead. So anyway, we played the game. We played it pretty fucking clean. Like we won. We were pretty far ahead. We had 3 keeps down. Like we had 3 keeps down when they had no keep. I think we had 1 fort and 3 keeps still up when we had all their keeps down. And then like I think Urho fucked up one time, and he thought we said go back in, and he went in by himself, and then he died. And then we had to 4 vs 5 them on like a shrine, and then it was just like it was a little fuck up at the end of the game, but it didn't really matter at all. And then we won the game and made it to Korea. And then after that game, we popped off, got a little hypey. Who wouldn't be hypey after making it to Korea, right? So that was good games to Cog. And then the last set against C9. So let's talk about game 1.
Where did you put my stuff?
So game 1, honestly, this game, after watching the replay, we should have won this game 100%. There was a lot of misplays and a lot of people just literally playing bad on our team. And even with people playing bad on our team, we were still winning the game. And it needed to get to the point where we got like a keep down and we got a level 21st, and we threw that opportunity by mistakes being made, and we should have been very far ahead this game, and we didn't get to that point, and their team outscaled us. Like once they get to 16, I really don't think our team wins team fights against that team unless we can like somehow get a magic like mosh on 3 people or something, and we don't really win fights against that team. So they outscaled us, but we had the comp to win the game. But honestly, I wanted to talk about this too. This was another game where my team suggested a draft that I didn't want to do, and I had another opinion of what I want to do because I know like them busting out Chen against our Zagar. It's not like something like we play C9's our training, like our main training partner. So it's not like something that they just busted out. Like we knew everything that they ran. Like we've seen them run it before and played against it before and beat it before. So like it's on it's on us, right? What we should have done with the draft was we should have taken Zag and were we first? I'm trying to think if we were first pick or second pick this game. No, we were definitely second pick. We wouldn't have taken Zag over Rhaegar. So we were second pick this game, and were we second pick this game? Man, I'm sorry, I can't remember. But anyway, so we have Zag and Sonya, and what I wanted to do was take Thrall and then ban Chen the second round. That's what I wanted to do. Because, like, if you take Zag Thrall early and then you ban Chen, then I know C9 wouldn't have that counter laner for Zag, and we would have got way more value out of Zag pick. But anyway, like, even with that, with our draft that we drafted, we should have won that game. It was very winnable. Like, I think we like, even fucking up a shit ton, we still, like, were 18 when they were 17, and we just, like, that game was 100% on us just not playing well. So on to game 2. So here was game 2. We busted out the. I remember we were first picked this game, so we snapped Li Ming for Falstad Zag, and we're just like, they pick Falstad Zag, they have no damage. Let's take Illidan, and I was just like, I'm gonna pick Brightwing. Like, did they not ban? I feel like these bans are incorrect. Like, I feel like 100% Abathur was banned this game. Maybe it wasn't. But anyway, so I just snapped Brightwing because Brightwing's a good look against Zag because you can see all his creep. He's a good. Actually, I ended up taking the polymorph damage anyway this game. But anyway, he can take the creep side if you need it. He enables Illidan because he can dive with him, and he gives him a big ass shields. And then, so they were just like, okay, they're running Illidan, we need more damage. So they run Tyrande ETC to get that more damage. And then we're just like, okay, we're going to run a tank that can just soak lanes. And we're going to just run Task to make Illidan unkillable. And this game was pretty one-sided. We stomped them pretty hard. Then game 3. So, game 3, how did we draft this game? Okay, see, this was another game where, like, Matt kind of tilted me on the draft. He's just like, pick Tasken, and I just, like, I did not want Task at all here. I wanted Sonya, and we ended up getting stuck on Task. And Task, anyone that plays a lot of Task, if you have Task Zag, like, you can't really run Thrall with that shit, because, like, Task Zag Thrall, you will literally get crushed in every Immortal fight, because it just doesn't do enough damage. So they opted for they took Zeratul and Sonya in their first round, and that fucked us hard because we wanted them to ban Sonya or for us to get Sonya in the second round. So we're just like, okay, we listen and pick Taz. Now our draft's kind of fucked, and we knew we just didn't have, like, we didn't want to run, like, our only other option right here, right, was to, like, run Tyrande ETC, but then they ban ETC because they know that's one of our only options. So they ban ETC, can't run Tyrande ETC anymore, and we're just like, well, shit, what the fuck do we run? And then we're like, let's ban. And then someone's just like, okay, this is something that happened right here. The Illidan, it just didn't even come into our head, right? We didn't pick Illidan until way later. We're just like, well, just don't give them medic because we can't fight them if they have medic. And then, so it ended up fucking us because had we have banned Uther this game and then given them, first of all, I don't even know if they would have picked medic, because if they picked medic instead of Uther and Uther was banned instead of medic, they would have got fucking crushed against our team comp here. So it was we literally banned medic when it would have been great for us to give them medic. So that was just our fault on the drafting, honestly. So, like, even with the fucked up draft, we outplayed the shit out of them all game. And then, like, then someone got caught again when comms were up, comms were correct, and someone just got caught even when, and shit happens, people weren't playing their best, and that game should have been, that game was, we threw that game. It was 100% won, but we threw it. And it got to the point when they were equal level and they have, when they're equal level and they have an immortal, we can't do shit. Like, they just have too much CC, too much damage. We have no, like, unless Urho cleanses their, like, first CC with his ult, we're going to lose every single fight against them if it's 2020. Because, like, Sonya has you know, they have two, their level 20s are too good on that team. So there was no way we were going to win that game after the throws, like the 2 or 3 throws that we had. There was no way we were going to come back and win that game. So after game 1, 2, and 3, in all honesty to God, even with how the drafts went, we should have just 3-0'd them if we played better. We just did not show up and we did not play well. And honestly, that's probably due to the team's like lack of no excuses. Like, we just did not play. We got outplayed. We should have played better. That's on us, you know. And for whatever reason, we need to fix it. So, this was game 4. This was another game where we didn't draft a melee assassin early, and they picked all the melee assassins again. And then we were just like, well, shit, what do we run? We got stuck running Chen when, like, literally I just told you earlier we don't play Chen. So, like, I don't know. I feel like everyone was just tilted after that last game, and we just drafted whatever. And we're just like, so with this, like, if you watch their comp and you look at our comp, right? The only way our comp is going to win on this map is if somehow we get to 16 near equal or not that far behind. Like, like, literally, we have to get to 16 to beat this comp. We need the Rhaegar shield damage to beat this comp. And we just got crushed way too hard before we could get to that point. You know, grats to fucking C9. They outdrafted the shit out of us this game. They took all the melee assassins away and picked the melee assassins. And, you know, that was really good on them because we got fucked in the draft because of that. And this was just another thing. Like, going into the C9 set, like, myself, I just think as a team, we just weren't, I'm not going to say everyone, but, like, as a team, we were just not in the right mindset. And that's just something we need to fix for future tournaments. But this was a great learning lesson for our team, I think. Like, we all learned a lot and got a lot better, I think. So, you know, shout out to all the teams that we played and that were at the tournament. It was, like, let me just say, the HOTS pro scene, like, out of all the HOTS teams, out of the 8 teams who are there, there's only 2 players I don't like, which is pretty fucking amazing. Everyone was awesome. The casters were awesome. ESL staff was awesome. Like, everyone was really cool. And it was just, you know, it's great to be in a good community where I like most people, you know. Everyone was really chill to meet. I had a great time talking to everyone from all the teams. And it was just, you know, it was just a good time overall. Great experience. And our team's only going to get better from this tournament. We learned a lot. Like, we learned what we need to fix. And that's a good thing. So expect us to look a lot stronger going into Korea, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little bit of what we were thinking. The reason why I don't feel bad putting about this, like, talking about our draft, I didn't go too in depth. I went a little in depth, but I didn't go too in depth. And the meta is going to be way different for the next tournament anyway. And we're going to have improved in every single way. So, like, me sending this out, it's not going to help anybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, you know, if you guys want to hear about anything else. I think we're gonna be boot camping, I think, like, before Korea. So I don't know exactly what's going down. The Enter the Storm tournament is sometime this month. I'm not exactly sure when. So that's probably the next time you'll see us in a tournament. Be sure to look out for us then. All right, I'll check you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.